Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Ashanti, and I'm back with another client tutorial. Okay, get into this look. My beautiful model Trinity's Instagram will be linked below. And yeah, if you like this video, just go ahead and like, subscribe, and all that. Y'all know the vibes already. All right, let's just go ahead and get into it, okay? So right here, I'm actually starting off with a alcohol-free toner. The makeup that y'all see on that pad is actually because I color matched her foundation first. Then I'm just going in with a moisturizer. Guys, everything will be linked below. I like to go with my moisturizers with a foundation brush first to place it. Then I'll let it soak in. Then I'll blend it in. And a little bit of Morphe setting spray. So this first tool I'm actually using is the Anastasia Brow Freeze. Y'all, I love this product, okay? It puts them brows in place. However, I do want to try the e.l.f. one, which I heard was a really good dupe. And it doesn't also leave that shiny residue. So you're going to see me take my finger, and I just do that to kind of give the brow a laminated look a little bit. And yeah, I'll go back in with my spoolie, just kind of giving it this shape. My client actually does have very thick eyebrows, so I like to just make sure I have her shape in there first. So I'm going to go in with a setting powder just to kind of get that shiny residue off, and it's just going to help me better apply the products that I will be using on her brow, which is just the Morphe Dip Brow in Chocolate Mousse. And then I'm going in with the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas Primer, and y'all see me just blending it in, blending it around. Guys, do not worry, I washed my hands prior to. I have my hand sanitizer whenever I need it, but I'm also filming right by the bathroom, so I did step away a few times to wash my hands. And now we are going in with a concealer. I will leave everything below because I don't know if I'm right here if I'm really using the Juvias Place concealer or the Tarte or the what am I using here, guys? Oh, I don't know if I'm using the Juvia's Place or the Born This Way from Too-Faced, but I did write everything down and take pictures, so I do have everything that I used and the colors. But right now you just see me going ahead and I am carving out her brow. So now I'm using the Morphe 224 brush, and I'm actually just placing some more of the concealer down onto her lids. And then I'm going to take this brush from Real Techniques, and I'm just going to go ahead and start blending out the concealer onto her lids. And excuse me, y'all, if y'all hear this heater blowing, I'm so sorry, but it's freezing cold. So I'm just doing the blending. Y'all, I also wanted to try to keep a lot of my blending in more so real time. So I'm now using my new favorite palette, which is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. And I'm just going to take the beauty sponge and kind of just pat off all the excess because you don't want the lid to be too wet. But I also don't like to put powder on the lid after concealer because it just, I don't know, sometimes it just stops it from being able to blend really well. So I just, you know, different methods for different days. So now I'm taking one of the colors and I'm just going to blend it out. We decided to do this smoky eye look, and I will tell y'all at the end of this video I will be showing you guys how I take this look from a more so daytime look to a nighttime look where I smoke it out more, add rhinestones, gloss the lip up, all that. But yeah, you just want to see me kind of blending. I think I used a total of 3 shadows. So the one that you see me packing down onto the lid, and then I'm going to blend out with another shade, and then I'm going to pack a shade down onto the lid. So now I changed my brush, and now I'm just using a lighter, warmer brown, and I'm just kind of blending out that edge just so we have a more softened edge. This color is actually really close to the concealer color, so you'll just see it kind of melt right into that color. The motions that I'm using are definitely more sweeping, patting motions. I know it doesn't really look like I'm picking my brush up, but I want y'all to know that I also know brush mechanics, so I know how to hold a brush in order to apply different pressure. So right now I'm going in with that first color, and I'm just going to go back and forth. As I was telling my client how I think I used to be just scared of applying shadow, and how I just wanted to start creating more bold looks because I always just kind of play it safe when it comes to my natural, my signature soft glams. So you're just going to see me adding more color, enhancing it, and also want to just tell y'all to get into the brows. Like, these brows honestly are giving me life. I love Trinity's brows. So I'm going to blend it into the nose just a tad bit. And literally, y'all just keep blending. Like I said, I did want to keep the blending in real time for you guys, just for this video, just so you can see that, like, it does take time. Even though this video is only 36 minutes long, this whole look probably takes around like an hour 10 minutes on a good day. It just depends on how well you know your client's face. So I'm just going to keep on blending out and diffusing it. You know, we don't like no harsh lines. Oh, and now y'all can see the left eye, because that's what we kind of went with. So I'm taking this kind of cool tone brown color and I'm putting that on the lid. I chose a cool tone brown instead of a warm tone brown because I already knew what kind of lip I was going to do. And I just wanted like the lip liner to match this cool tone, kind of just like bring it all in. It was kind of gloomy outside this day too, so let's just want to do something simple. Also, I just want to let y'all know that one eye is going to seem just a little bit more pigmented, but in the final cut you'll be able to see what it really looks like. It's because I'm standing in front of one of the lights as I'm doing this. So I got all new equipment, y'all, so just give me some time. I'm working, I'm practicing, I'm working. Okay, so just gonna go ahead and blend it all the way out. It's kind of annoying like how anal I am sometimes, because it doesn't really need to be blended out more, but I just have to make sure that I got it good enough, because I really do not like a harsh line at all. So you'll see me now, I'm just going back in with that cool tone brown, and I'm just kind of deepening that up now that I've blended it out some. Y'all, I was so mad at myself because I actually had press-on nails that I'm supposed to put on for this video, but honestly, I don't know. I was watching something on YouTube and totally forgot. You might see my co-workers pop up in the background, y'all. I was doing this in the shop. So now I'm just taking a fine point detailing brush, also from Morphe, and I'm taking that black eyeshadow and I'm just kind of smudging it out on the line. She does have lash extensions on. When I have clients that wear lash extensions, I try my best not to put on a liquid liner unless it is requested, because it just makes it easier to take it off so that you don't damage your lash extensions. So now I always tell my clients to look up, and I just am lightly putting a dark brown eyeliner in her waterline. I didn't do it too dark. I didn't do it too hard because I kind of wanted it to be like a light washer color so that I did not close her eyes up, because she does have wide eyes and I kind of like them like that. Like, I don't want to close them up any. So as y'all see, I'm just going back in with the fine point blending detail brush, and I am just going to darken up that line on the upper lid. Okay, y'all, so now y'all know we already hydrated and primed the face. So now I'm just going in with the Morphe continuous spray, and I'm just going to hydrate her face just a little bit before starting. So now I'm taking that 224 brush, and I'm actually just going to put my foundation down. I like to do it like this just because it does give it a little bit time to dry. As you can see, she does have some acne scars on her cheeks, so I'm just making sure to get them like fully covered. I used to not use a lot of foundation, and I still don't. I just like to go ahead and just spread it out and concentrate it to where I want it to be. Now I'm taking another Morphe brush. This is a E something. It's one of their newer ones, and I'm just taking that to kind of press the foundation into the skin. I meant to clip her hair up, y'all. I forgot, so you will see me pulling her hair back a little bit. It's okay. I didn't want to really off her face because we are recording a video. But as you see now, I need to show you guys the little bandages, I call them, that I put on the back of my hand and on the palettes, because it just makes cleaning up so much better. So you will see me tapping onto the Makeup by Mario palette, but it's a clear plastic film over top of it. So yes, everything is still hygienic. So yep, we're just going to keep on placing it down, spreading it out, blending it out. It looks like it's a lot, but y'all, I promise it's not. Also, I really noticed once I was putting the foundation on her forehead, it looks like it's too light, but it's honestly not, and it's not going to make that huge of a difference because we are going to bronze the skin up. But I know that the Too Faced Born This Way foundation does oxidize a little bit, so you always want to kind of go a shade or two lighter depending on your client's skin tone. Now, for the top of the brow, I do not conceal it with the concealer anymore because I don't like to give that halo brow look. I like a more natural brow. So when I get to the brow, I just use that same 224 brush and I take the foundation and I then carve the brow out. And I like it better this way because, like I said, it just gives a natural brow. Y'all, we was talking. I really enjoyed this girl. I used to work with her when we both worked at a company together. Well, we don't work there anymore, but we both used to work at Victoria's Secret. That's how I met her. But she is just such, like, she is just, I don't know, anytime I need a model, she just comes straight through for me. I really appreciate her. So you're going to see us talking because, I don't know, always good conversation with my clients. So I'm just patting it in. I'm not brushing it. I'm not buffing it. I'm patting it in. Okay, guys? Pat it in. That way it doesn't all the way absorb into the skin. So now I'm taking this is the Juvias Place concealer. Like I said, all the colors and numbers will be linked below for you guys. But this is a Juvias Place concealer, and I'm going to do the center of the head, the forehead, down the center of the nose, underneath the eyes. As y'all can see, I don't put foundation directly underneath her eyes. I don't put foundation directly underneath anyone's eyes. If the concealer does not cover underneath your eyes, then you probably need to add another layer, or you probably need to pick another concealer. Concealer should be thick enough to conceal what you need, okay? So I use two colors. I always put down like a shade that's, in the same skin tone. So this is a little warmer yellow. Oh, it's like a neutral to warmer color. And then I'm going to go in with a lighter color and kind of just put it on the inner corner of her eyes. And that's just going to kind of give a more highlighted look. And as you can see, I do bring it up onto the nose, and that's just going to give us a little bit of a natural contour. So when I do go to contour the nose, it's not going to be too much. It's going to be just enough. Y'all listen, I don't ever do anything too much. It's always just enough, okay? That's one thing about me. Now you're going to see me taking this is actually a cream foundation from Black Radiance, I believe. Oh no, Black Opal. This is a Black Opal foundation stick, and I'm just using that to contour her while I let the concealer dry for a couple of minutes. I just like to go ahead and get the contour down. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up on the sides of her face, onto her forehead. And mind you guys, we still are going to be blending out the concealer. So it's okay to bring it a little bit in because it's going to get blended out anyway. As y'all can see, I'm just holding everything so weirdly in my hand. But listen, gotta make it work, okay? Got to make it work. So we're just going to take that all around the face, on the chin. I like to give her a little snotched chin, just a tad, okay? Nothing too much. She doesn't really need a lot. So now you are going to see me going in. Oops, I'm still going in with the bronze. I forgot I added the other side. But I just wanted y'all to kind of get a more real time of what it's like to do makeup. So now I'm actually taking the e.l.f. putty blush, and the color will be listed down below. I'm taking the Morphe E4, which is actually a contour brush, but I now have started using it to put on my my cream blushes because I like the angle of it and I like the density of this brush. It is from their like I said, it's the E4, so it is premium synthetic fiber, so you can actually use it for both dry products and liquid products. So I don't know, I have so many of them because y'all know I used to work with the company, so I just use it. But I really like to use it for the blush because it just gives it a nice pat, if that makes sense. So now I'm going to go ahead and hydrate, spray her face one more time using, well, not one more time, but using the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. And then I'm going to go ahead and start blending out her concealer. I always like to start with the chin, and I bring it up to right below the lip, and I start to bring it up onto the upper lip. If your client has hair on the top of their lip and do not want to get it shaved or waxed off prior to their service, please do not add a lot of product to the top of the lip, because it will sit on top of all of those fine hairs, and that is how you are going to get creasing on your top lip. So as you see, I'm blending out my concealer into the bronzer, into the foundation, and I'm just going back and forth between my favorite brush ever, which is the Real Techniques setting brush, but I like to use it to blend out my concealer. And I'm going in with the sponge, y'all. As y'all know from my other video, this is actually my favorite sponge. This is the e.l.f. cosmetic sponge, and I think it honestly reminds me of like a beauty blender. Even though it's not the same type of material, it just does what it needs to do, and I think it's only $7. This is my favorite sponge. So now y'all see me just tapping out her concealer, trying to figure out the correct placement for it so that I'm not bringing it too far out, making sure I get it up underneath that eye. Remember, y'all, we still are going to be putting some eyeshadow underneath the eye, so you have to put some concealer under there to give us something to bind with. So I'm just going back and forth, just tapping it out. I do have a dry paper towel in my hand that I'm just kind of rubbing off the extra product with, because sometimes it does get a lot. It gets to be a lot once you start blending it out. But better safe than sorry, okay? So I'm just taking it up as far as I can without getting it on the top of her eyelid. So now you see me taking that e.l.f. sponge, and I am just going to continue to blend it on out. Excuse my big head, y'all. Y'all see, I didn't even do my edges. Like, all I wanted to do was record this tutorial. But in the future, I will probably start looking nice for you guys, because I be looking crazy when I do my clients sometimes, and I don't know why, because I'm a baddie. Like, I deserve to be cute too. So you'll see me now, I'm just continuously taking that brush, that beauty sponge, and I am just blending it on out. And my AirPod just told me that it's about to die, so it better not, because I don't know what the other one is. Going back in with the brush I was using for the bronzer. So guys, you are going to see me kind of mess up. I kind of forgot that I put the cream powder, the cream blush on, the cream contour on with my foundation brush. I normally don't do it with the foundation brush, but I just decided to because I like the shape of the brush. So I accidentally messed up a little bit, but I did fix it. However, I'm going to have a whole other YouTube tutorial about how to fix common mistakes. So right here, you see me just going ahead and like patting it out more. Blending out the concealer does take a long time. That's why I wanted to keep it in real time and not cut out as much, so y'all can see like this takes time, guys. It really does take time. I'm able to do makeup in about 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes just because of how long I've been doing makeup at this point. But it does take time. Practice makes perfect, and when in doubt, honestly, y'all, just keep blending it out. When in doubt, blend it out. When in doubt, blend it out. Okay, now I'm taking a old brush from a brand that we will not mention, but I do have the brush, I'm so sorry, but I'm just using it to blend out that corner so that the harsh line kind of fades. Also because I know I will be going in with shadow again, so I know it has to have some concealer or something to help bind. Oh, did I even tell y'all the foundation shade I was using? Probably not, but it was a Too Faced foundation. Now y'all see how just luminous her skin looks. That's why I love using as much cream products first. For every cream product that y'all use, you do have to have a powder product to dry it. Okay, so now I'm just taking my old but never fails me Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm taking the sponge, and I'm just going to go ahead and put some on. So I don't put a lot on as if I'm baking, but I also don't not leave any extra to bake, if that makes sense. I kind of just put like a fine extra layer over top of it to bake. I don't like to do too much because you just never know. Like, your client might have dry under eye, dry around the nose, something. So I just kind of meet it halfway. Once I dust it off, I see if I need to add any more hydration to those areas or not. But most of the time I'm fine. Like, once you find a good medium, you'll learn how to work with all skin types. So this is me just going back in and just like adding a little bit more, adding it more to the sides of the nose, inner corner of the eye, upper lip, the chin, the forehead, all of that. Now I'm taking a Fenty bronzer. Did y'all guys notice I've actually gotten a lot of new makeup, a new high-end makeup, y'all? Okay, Tatcha liquid silk canvas primer. Do y'all know how much that costs? And I got it because I love y'all and I really just want to start delivering the best. So now I'm taking another Morphe brush and I'm just going to go ahead and start bronzing up the nose. This is giving it a kind of a faux contour without me cream contouring it yet. I'm still working on my cream contour for my nose, so this little method kind of gives it that look. You see how she's looking very snatched but not too skinny, okay? Everybody doesn't need a super skinny nose. You have to really do what just works best with your client's shape. As you can see, Trinity has a round face, so you do not need to have a lot of products or a lot of technique that is going to give a super chiseled look, because it's just not going to look as natural. She doesn't have a super chiseled face. So I'm just taking this bronzer on another Morphe brush. As y'all can see, a lot of my brushes are from Morphe and Real Techniques. So I'm just taking that bronzer on the forehead, on the sides of the face, on top of that contour without really like making it too sharp. I'm kind of just diffusing it, blending it in, giving her face some overall color. And now I'm going in with, this is actually another Morphe brush, y'all. Please don't judge me. I think this is the 510. But this is actually the under eye setting powder brush. But I love to use it for adding on blush because it's flat and it's not dense. So you're able to really move it around and kind of like play with the product a little bit. One thing I've never understood is why brands write what each brush is used for, because I never ever look at it and be like, oh, I'm gonna use this to set underneath my eyes. Girl, I pick up that brush and I use it for whatever it is that I want to. Okay, so I'm taking a little bit of that foundation and putting it on the forehead. Not the foundation, a little bit of the blush, and I'm putting it on the forehead. This is where I messed up, y'all. Oh my gosh, look how I'm about to look at the brush. This is exactly where I messed up. So I'm actually going to get off camera real quick and I'm going to fix it. And then I'm going to come back. Y'all, I'm not even going to lie. When I was back there, I was kind of freaking out. You see me like wiping it off. Because I was like, ooh, like when you put on cream over top of a powder, it can make it a little muddy. So this is me just kind of going in, fixing it. And now I'm done. Okay, so for this, guys, I actually am taking my L'Oreal Infallible pressed powder. And I'm using that to kind of dust off the setting powder. This also helps more blend it into the product that we have below that powder. So that will be the blush, the contour, the bronzer. But it also helps to reduce the amount of flashback that you can get. So I want y'all to know that I've actually worked very hard perfecting my no flashback makeup with being able to do full coverage, nice highlighted under eyes, forehead, center of the face without giving it flashback. So the trick is to kind of use a pressed powder to dust off any extra. So now I'm taking just the brushes that I were using and I'm just going back and forth, just making sure we give a good nice blend. I put this powder everywhere that I put the highlight and the setting powder, but I'm also going to take a more face colored powder and I'm just going to put that everywhere that doesn't have that first powder, and this is just going to lock it on in, you know, give her skin a mattified look. Even though it doesn't look dry matte, it just doesn't look shiny. on the forehead, literally, y'all, just everywhere that we didn't just put that first powder. We're just going to go ahead and we are going to just place this one. How good does this look so far? Like, this just looks so good. I love the little bit of blush I'll put on the nose, especially in the winter time, because it's already cold outside. Like, just, I don't know, make the face a little rosy. So now I'm going in with the Anastasia Glow Kit Highlighter. And this is another Morphe brush. It's actually the M506 brush. And I'm just using it to put it on her nose so I can keep it directly in the center. Not straight too far. But I'm also going to pick up a brush from BH Cosmetics. And I'm just going to put some on the top of her cheek. Guys, for the longest time, I actually wasn't even using bronzer. I mean, not bronzer, highlight. I was kind of over like that super highlighted cheekbone look, but I've actually found a great product, so I'm kind of falling back in love with just making that skin just a little shiny. Okay, put it on the tip of the nose. I put the pink color on the tip of the nose just to kind of amplify that sexy rosiness that I already had right there. And I'm just going to put a tad bit in the middle of the face. That's just going to give it a very subtle, smooth glow. As you can see from my hand position on the brush, I'm not adding a lot of pressure at all. If you guys would like to see a video about brush mechanics, be sure to like, subscribe on this video, share it, and let me know below also like what other technique videos you want to see. Now I'm taking yet another Morphe brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and start smoking out that under eye. So when my clients have a creasy under eye, I try to bring their eyeshadow down as far as possible. I seriously do not mind a super smoked out under eye as long as you're using the right tones and it doesn't look muddy. Just going back and forth with a couple brushes, playing around with the kind of the same colors that we use on the top of the lid and just blending it out on the bottom, making sure to connect it to the eyeshadow that's already like in the corners. Okay, and I'm just taking another Morphe brush, and I'm taking the lightest shade in the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. I'm just using that to brighten up her inner corner. It is more of a white color, so I didn't want to do too much, but just enough. Like I said, never do too much. I always do just enough. Going back in with the same brush that I used to add the bronzer, and I'm just going to kind of make sure I didn't bring that white up too far, because I thought I did for a second, but honestly I ended up putting it in the same exact spot because I actually liked it. So this part is essential, y'all, just to brighten up that inner corner. And then I'm actually taking a Milani Baked Blush. I have to get more of these colors. Taking yet another Morphe brush, and I'm just going to kind of put it over top of that highlight just to kind of, I don't know if I was brightening it up, but Trinity loves pink. She's a very like girly girl, so I know like blush on her just does what it needs to do. So I'm just adding a little bit more. Also, y'all, keep in mind that blush is the first thing to fade. I do not know the science behind it, but if you are a makeup artist watching this, then you know that you could put on some blush and it be gone in 2, 3, 4 hours. Okay, that setting spray that I used was actually the Urban Decay All Night, and that's like the final spray that I do. Now I'm just taking this warm tone brown liner, outlining her already beautiful lips, making sure to focus it and not overline it at all, because she already has super full lips. So I'm just taking it and lining it. Comment down below if you have any like lip pencil ideas, because I keep just getting the ones from like NYX and just, you know, Target and Walmart brands that I see. And I don't know, it's just time to get into something that's like creamier and maybe even more long lasting. So now I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Crush, and look how beautiful that is. I was trying to find something that mimics her natural lip color, but I wanted to go a little bit more pink. So I chose this cool tone pink color. Now I always tell my clients to do the mama, 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 mama. She understood the assignment. This just helps blend in without you having to like manipulate it a lot, because they know, everyone knows how to mush their lips together without it doing too much. And if they don't know, they need to figure it out. So now I'm taking a Real Techniques brush, and I'm just kind of blending it out just a little bit more over the edges, adding a little bit more of the liquid lipstick, and just kind of lightly brushing it over top of the brown. This just helps blend it all in, because honestly, I do not like when I see people who do not blend their liner in with their lip products. Like, I can see it, we're going for the e-girl look, that's super dark, you know, but for this regular day, y'all, please blend it out. Blend it out. Now you see me adding in some mascara. She doesn't really have thick under eyelashes, so it doesn't really make a huge difference. I'm so sorry, y'all. I feel like this fan is loud, but it has to be on. It's just too cold up here. So right here, I always tell my clients to keep looking up when they have bottom mascara on, and that just helps it dry a little bit more and stop it from getting those dots underneath the eye. So right here, I'm actually going to just smoke up her eyes a little bit more. So we did take some pictures with this look, and then we took some pictures with the look that you guys are seeing me do now. So I'm actually taking the darkish black shade in the Makeup by Mario Master Matte palette, and I'm just using that to put over top of that warm tone cool brown that we were using at first. And this is just going to smoke it up. Guys, I could have went super dark, but I really didn't want to. Now I'm taking my Duo lash glue, and I'm actually just going to add on some rhinestones. We just needed some rhinestones, y'all. This is really taking this look from nighttime to daytime, okay? The rhinestones I actually got from Amazon. I will link it below. So I'm positioning the rhinestones. I'm doing like the 4 just around the eye. At first we were going to go like crazy with the rhinestones, but I don't know. I just decided to do something subtle. I love the fact that I've added that last rhinestone on her nose instead of directly in the inner corner, because you guys are going to see it just adds such a beautiful little pop of color. One thing I do like about these rhinestones that I have is that they do a very good job at like reflecting different colors. So sometimes they'll look white, sometimes they'll look pink, blue. I don't know the word for that. Is it like opaque? I don't know, y'all. I'm not a dictionary, but I'm just positioning the rhinestones around. Everybody be scared to get rhinestones, but do y'all see just how this is so effortless, but it's such a statement? As y'all know, rhinestones are kind of my signature. When I used to do a lot of makeup on myself, which it will be coming back, y'all, I definitely always add a rhinestone in my inner corner, but I'm definitely going to start doing this 4s. I'm going to just start experimenting with rhinestones. I love rhinestones. I used to love shimmer, but now it's like rhinestones. Do y'all see how natural her brow is? So one more. Probably could have sped this up, but it's fine. We almost done. Okay, And now we are taking the Morphe lip gloss. This is the Madison Beard like channel surfing gloss. I think it's in the color Mars, but like I said, everything will be linked below. And I'm just putting that over top of her liquid lipstick and pencil. And then I'm going to be taking another clear gloss and just kind of putting that over top of it, and that's just honestly going to give it a very lustery look, very juicy, va-va-voom, you know, very much nighttime, baddie alert, baddie on the way type of vibe. That's honestly the trick that I've learned is the regular color gloss is not enough. Add the clear over top. It's also going to prolong the longevity of your client being able to wear the lip color that you chose for them. And also, all they would have to do is just continue to add a clear lip gloss. Who doesn't have a clear lip gloss? Who? Everyone should have a clear. So, as y'all can see, we really just took this look from daytime to nighttime, and y'all, it only took me I think 7 minutes to make these changes, which might be a long time for some, but I think that was pretty good that I changed this whole entire look up in 7 minutes. But y'all, look at this beautiful final product. It's giving baddie, okay? It's giving signature soft glam baddie. It's giving, look at that lip color. Look at that damn eye look. Look at everything, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching my second tutorial. Every Tuesday is going to be another one. If you like this video, please make sure you like and subscribe and comment, and I'm going to see y'all next Tuesday.